Welcome into Live in the Bay. We have a great show for you today. Coming up, it's everyday Bay Area locals with anything but ordinary stories. A new show on KRON4 Plus is giving us 15 minutes of the unexpected. We'll chat with KRON4 anchor Justine Waldman about her new show, 15 with Justine. And from flavor science to sugar-coated fun, we're taking a peek inside one of California's most magic candy factories at Jelly Belly. Then we take a visit to Bay Area cosmetic dermatology to find out how they are using technology and innovation to get next-level results. Plus, we'll chat with the local chef blending Italian flavors and fatherhood in a brand new cookbook. There's so much happening today on Live in the Bay. Welcome into Live in the Bay. So glad you could join us today. I'm Jessica Wills. Happy Thursday, everyone. We are almost to the weekend. Hope you all are having a great week. We have some fun guests lined up here on Live in the Bay. I'm so excited to get with them. But before we do that, let's get you caught up on any headlines that you may have missed in case you missed it. There was no jackpot winner from last night's Powerball drawing, which means the prize keeps climbing now to an estimated $565 million. The winning numbers were 4, 11, 40, 44, and 50 with the Powerball number 4. And while nobody hit the big prize, 3 lucky players across the country snagged $1 million. If you're feeling lucky, the next drawing is this Saturday at 9 p.m., so don't forget to get your tickets. And this may be the time that you'll be the big winner. Good luck. I need to go get my ticket as well, right? You can't win if you don't play. All right, here's some juicy relationship news. Couples that gossip together stay together. A new study from UC Riverside found that couples who spend about 30 minutes a day spilling the tea together actually have deeper bonds and happier relations. And researchers checked out 76 Southern California couples, both same-sex and heterosexual, and discovered that sharing those little secrets and stories helps partners feel like they're truly on the same page. So next time you want a dish, remember it might just be great for your love life and connection with your partner. And this kind of sparked a huge debate recently on social media. People were saying, if your bestie tells you a secret, should you tell your partner? So there was a lot of heated debates for either side. A lot of people were saying, of course I'm going to tell my partner. My best friend should know that when they're telling me something, I'm going to tell my partner. It goes without saying. And other people, the other side of the coin, said, absolutely no way. You shouldn't be telling your best friend's secrets to anyone, not even your partner. So big debate there on social media. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. All right, in the tech world, there are some new gadgets to tell you about, from audio accessories to affordable computers. Rich DeMiro gives us his review in today's Rich on Tech.
If you're looking for tech that's practical, portable, and might even fix your CarPlay issues, I've got some new gadgets worth checking out. Gadgets galore. Here are some I've been testing lately. First up, the Beats Pill in this new navy blue color. I brought this speaker on my recent trip to Hawaii and was really impressed by the room-filling sound. It works great with both iPhone and Android. Audio is excellent, and I love the grippy, water-resistant design. It makes fun sounds for powering on, connecting, and shut down. And the controls make it easy. Plus, the battery life on this thing is a champ. It can last up to 24 hours, and it costs $150 or cheaper on sale. Speaking of Beats, check out their colorful new cables. If you've been having trouble connecting a new iPhone to an older car for CarPlay, their USB-A to USB-C cable can help. They also have a standard USB-C cable and USB-C to Lightning for older devices. They have a woven, tangle-free design and cost $19 each, or 2 for $35. If you're tempted to go caseless but still want some protection, check out the most minimal case I've ever used. It's called the Arc Pulse. It's a pair of lightweight aluminum bumpers that slide onto the top and bottom of your phone. They protect the corners and camera from drops up to about 10 feet, starting around $70. Finally, an affordable Chromebook that's perfect for email, basic web browsing, and watching videos. The Asus CX15 has a nearly 16-inch screen, long battery life, and all the ports you need, including USB-C, USB-A, HDMI, and a headphone jack. Retail price is $220, but it's been on sale for as low as $160. And the best part about Chromebooks, they're easy to use, stay updated, and you don't have to worry about viruses. So why pick a Chromebook over a Windows or Mac laptop? If most of what you do is in a web browser, it could be an easy and affordable choice. I'll put links to all these gadgets on my website, richontech.tv. I'm Rich DeMiro. That's Rich on Tech.
Thank you, Rich. Good insight on those new gadgets there. All right, back to school shopping is no joke this year. A new survey from CNET shows the average U.S. adult is set to spend nearly $330 getting ready for the new school year. And it's not just backpacks and notebooks. 78% of shoppers are stressing out about technology purchases like laptops and tablets. Plus, almost half are worried about rising prices and tariffs, making everything a little bit more expensive. So bottom line, every dollar counts when you're gearing up for school. So pro tip, maybe try to find the sales. I know everywhere is having sales as kids are heading back to school, and shop early. Waiting until the last minute is going to leave you with not that much of a selection, so you might end up buying something that you wouldn't have if you could find something cheaper if you started a little bit early. So get out there and get those savings. All right, well, speaking of back to school, with summer winding down, experts now say it's time to get kids back on a school year sleep schedule. They say that parents should have started shifting bedtimes and wake-up times gradually a week or two before school starts. So they say to keep the evenings calm, limit the screen time before bed, and get kids into morning sunlight to reset their body clocks. Experts say consistency, even on weekends. I know no one likes to wake up early on the weekends, but that can help the kids start the new year rested and ready to learn. All right, well, many of us turn to Starbucks to start off the mornings, but sales have slipped lately. Mike Lowe sat down with one-on-one with the CEO to talk about how the coffee giant plans to turn things around.
I've got a latte for Jill.
At Starbucks,
Thank you, Jill. So good to see you. See you soon.
the customer
Mobile order for Emerson.
is the boss.
Have the best day.
But at this Starbucks,
That's good to hear. That's good to hear.
on this morning,
We're gonna hop our drive-through.
Okay, you got both?
Drinks. Yep.
Okay.
the boss
We need guys like you.
is the customer.
Can I get a tall Americano with an extra shot?
Starbucks CEO Brian Niccol visited one of the global coffee chain's stores in suburban Chicago as he continues to roll out his new vision for the company.
I've said to our team, part of our turnaround is becoming the world's greatest customer service company again.
The ubiquitous company is launching a new operating model called Green Apron Service, touting improved efficiency. Baristas have a goal. No custom order should take longer than 4 minutes to make.
And it's centered on putting enough partners on the roster, in the stores, and then deployed correctly so that they can provide that customer connection, that experience that, frankly, Starbucks really was founded on.
Niccol wants to provide a better customer experience. He says the company's emphasis had shifted too much toward mobile orders, which now make up 30% of Starbucks business, and away from the customer standing in the cafe.
What we had to figure out is like, okay, how do we bring order to the fact that we have 3 key order points?
Chief Operating Officer Mike Grams
Really focus on making it easier to operate the coffee house.
says new Smart Queue technology will use an algorithm to guide the process so customers in the cafe aren't watching mobile orders being filled before they're helped.
Many of us have had the experience where you go into a busy Starbucks and there's a lot of mobile ordering stacked up on the counter and you just want a cup of coffee to sit in your third place.
Top executives hope the idea will increase sluggish sales. The coffee giant recently reported its 6th straight quarter of same-store sales declines. You've spoken openly about how this is a turnaround situation.
Absolutely.
When can customers see this around the country?
So we're rolling this out now everywhere. It'll probably take about the next 2 weeks for it to start to really unfold. But then, by the time you get to September, all our stores should be up and running with the Green Apron service model and the Smart Queue technology.
There are about 11,000 company-owned Starbucks stores across the country. So far, about 1,500 of them have tested Green Apron service.
Yeah, thanks for being a part of it.
Nickel wants to emphasize the Starbucks signature.
Tall Americano for Brian.
Service with a smile.
Have a great day.
Yeah, it's good seeing you. Thank you.
And a Sharpie.
Part of the connection of Starbucks is these little touches, right? The Sharpie is probably the most visible thing people see, where it just kind of slows everybody down. Even if it's only a second or a beat, it just slows you down when you look at your cup and you're like, that's a smiley face. It just gives you a moment where you're like, oh, okay, I can take a second and then potentially have a connection with our barista.
I've noticed those notes appearing back on cups. That was something from, you know, OG Starbucks days. You could get a picture drawn on your cup. They'd always write your name really pretty. Just once in a while, you'd have a surprise artistic thing there, maybe. And so it's nice to kind of see that connection coming back. It is. It's a nice little positive note in the morning. So love to see that. And speaking of Starbucks, we are just a couple weeks away from their fall menu. Usually drops before September, so those pumpkin spice lattes might just be here before we know it. And that's going to lead us right into today's question of the day. Today we want to know, are you ready for all things fall, or are you holding on to summer for a little bit longer? Go ahead and scan the QR code that's right there on your screen, or you can head to our social media pages at Instagram and Facebook, Live in the Bay TV, to send us your answer. All right, for me, so I feel like here in the Bay Area, especially in San Francisco, right, our summer is a little delayed. So I've been waiting for summer. We are at August, we're at the end of the summer, but we've all been waiting for it here in the Bay Area. So we're about to come into these nice summer sunny days. You know, we usually get them in September and early October. So I can't wait for that. I am still holding on to summer. I'm going to hold on to it for as long as I can. I love to be out in the sun, getting a tan, put me by the beach, put me by some water. That is my absolute favorite thing. And then once we're officially back to cold weather, I'll fully embrace all the fall. So that's my answer. And I know that you guys have some good ones. Please share with us. There's the QR code in the corner of the screen, or you can go to our social pages as well. We'd love to hear from you. All right, so much to come still here on Live in the Bay. Justine Waldman is joining us. We're getting the inside scoop on her new KRON4 Plus show, 15 with Justine. We'll chat about it. And later, he's a top Bay Area chef and a devoted dad. We'll learn how he's blending Italian flavors and fatherhood in a brand new cookbook. That and so much more when Live in the Bay returns in 2 minutes. Stay with us. We all know the feeling when you unexpectedly meet someone who's done something wildly unique and fascinating that you just have to know a little bit more. Well, there's a new show that's tapping straight into that curiosity. It's quick, it's unscripted, and it's all happening on KRON4 Plus. 15 with Justine is celebrating everyday Bay Area individuals with extraordinary stories, talents, and life paths. But there's a catch. Here to share more about it is the host, our own Justine Waldman. Justine, always so fun to have you here on the sofa.
I love being on your couch, Jess. This is my favorite. Thanks for having me.
Me too, of course. A big congratulations is owed to you because you just received an award, Best of Marin, for Best Media Personality. Congratulations.
Thank you. It was voted on by readers of PacSun and KRON4 viewers, so it was an honor to win and certainly a surprise, and I get to go collect my award tonight at a little banquet, so it's kind of funny.
So
to me.
fun.
Yeah,
no, it's not funny. It's amazing. You are so talented and you care so much about this community. So I love to see that you are being celebrated for that.
Thank you.
Well, speaking of celebrations, we have so much fun happening on KRON4 Plus. That is our new app. First of all, I want to start with, let's talk about the new KRON4 Plus revamp and you know what it means.
Well, it's our way of trying to reach viewers that can't get us on TV. We know a lot of people are on the move, going different places, don't necessarily have cable, so KRON4 Plus is our way to meet people where they're at. So first off, people have to download it on their select Samsung Smart TV. So if you have a Samsung TV, you just search it up in there, KRON4 Plus, and it shows up and you download it. It takes like no time at all.
Right.
Apple TV, we're there, Roku TV, Fire Stick, those are the way to watch KRON4 Plus. It's not on your phone, it's on your TV, and you can watch all our shows there as well, plus these special little programs that we're putting in there just on KRON4 Plus, like 15 with Justine, which all the episodes just dropped
Yay!
like a few moments ago, so they're on there and people can go watch them right now. It's like huge for us.
literally
excited.
brand new. It is there to watch. So KRON4 Plus, anywhere you get your streaming, download that app. And 15 with Justine. Give me the behind the scenes. What is this all about?
So we're watching our little like sizzle reel now. So these are some of the episodes that we've already taped that you can go watch right now on KRON4 Plus. So I'm getting to meet people for the first time. I love interviewing people. I'm curious. I always want to chat. You're at a party or at the grocery store or, you know, at school drop-off. You're always meeting cool people that you get to talk to. And so many people in the Bay Area do awesome things. They have really cool, unique jobs, occupations, ways that they spend their time.
Yes.
So our producer Danielle has found these amazing people that I'm getting to meet and chat with for the first time on this show. So I don't know what's going on. So it's a little uneasy to feel a little bit unprepared for like who you're about to meet with, but that's sort of like natural and authentic and what happens when you really meet people for the first time. You're like, who are you and what do you do? And then we just get to have a conversation about like what their life is like. And some of the people we've already talked to, a competitive eater, and he has like 14 million followers on YouTube, is like one of those competitive eaters that he does it either as like a timed thing, like how many pieces of bologna can he eat in 3 minutes, or like how like let's see how many hot dogs he can eat. And he's like with Joey Chestnut.
There
so there
he
he
is.
is, Maddie Stone. He's awesome and from San Jose, so he's really cool. And just getting to know someone like that and finding out more about him. Like, how did you get into this? How do you feel after you eat 180 pieces of bologna?
I've always wondered this.
Yeah,
I wondered that about Chestnut.
Yeah, so you'll get to meet Maddie there and chat with him. He was awesome. We also had
who else do you have?
A sword swallower. I had a lot of questions about that. Because like, how do you prepare your body to like swallow a sword? And one of the interesting things that I learned about it was that the sword needs to be like really, really smooth. Like you don't want any little like jagged edges on it or anything as it's going down. So see there, like how do you know that you're good at something like that, that this is what you want to pursue with your life? So I was blown away talking with her.
I have so many questions, so I'm definitely going to watch that as well. Like how can you put a sword and you're sure nothing's going to happen when you throw that down your throat? That's crazy.
And how do you know that's something that you're going to like succeed at and be great at? So she was super cool.
Who's someone else that kind of really stuck out to you that you're like, wow, this is incredible?
So we also interviewed a glass blower, and I put that in quotes because what he's blowing out of glass, what he's making are certain devices that you might use for paraphernalia.
Okay.
And I'll say it like that only because like when we normally do during like KRON4 News at 2 and 3 and we're interviewing people, it's like newsmakers, it's our local mayors, it's advocates, it's health experts. Like those are the people I'm normally used to interviewing about like really big important topics.
Right.
What's really fun about 15 with Justine is I'm getting to meet and talk to people that I wouldn't normally get to interview on my normal news programs. These are like really, look, like there is like, when do you see a bong on TV, you know? But he was like, he's an artist and that's what he does. He makes these water pipes and he was super cool to get to know and to learn how he does these things. And I had a lot of laughs with that one.
So cool. What do you hope that watchers, viewers, and people from the community take away from your show?
I hope that they get to meet someone new and that they feel like they're getting a chance to like hang out with me and like a new friend that they're getting to know that lives here, and they're getting to learn something new, have a good time. It's 15 minutes, so it's like kind of bite-sized and digestible, and you can watch it whenever you want because it's on KRON4 Plus. So I just hope people can use it as a chance to get to know someone and have a good time.
Yeah, it's really just a celebration of our community and, you know, connecting with one another, learning all about the differences and really celebrating them.
Yeah, and the cool people that live here and do things that like you might not normally know about. Like we're at a party and you get to meet somebody and you're like, cool, like I want to get to know you a little bit better.
Yeah, well, this is so fun.
I know, look at me, I could just keep talking and talking. That's the problem.
All day, yes. Justine, congratulations on the new show and being named Best Media Personality. Great to have you here, as always, here at Live in the Bay.
So get KRON4 Plus and check it out.
Yes.
Thanks,
If you want to learn more about the show, you can head to our website, aliveinthebay.tv. 15 with Justine. Download the KRON4 app, KRON4 Plus app, and you can catch it there. All the episodes are waiting for you. Coming up, a visit to a top Bay Area clinic that's taking treatments to the next level with high-tech solutions. We'll learn how ExoMind is getting patients game-changing results at Bay Area Cosmetics Dermatology. And as we head to break, you can still answer our question of the day. Scan the QR code there. We are asking, are you ready for all things fall, or are you holding on to summer for just a bit longer? Let us know, and your answer could be read a little bit later in the show. Don't go anywhere. Live in the Bay, we'll be right back. When it comes to healthy, glowing skin, Bay Area Cosmetic Dermatology is one of the most sought-after destinations. Known for their cutting-edge, results-driven treatments, they're always ahead of the curve. I had the chance to sit down with board-certified dermatologist and internal medicine physician, Dr. Kathleen Welsh, to learn about ExoMind, a groundbreaking technology that's redefining what's possible for patients' results. Hey everyone, today we're at Bay Area Cosmetic Dermatology. They specialize in using state-of-the-art devices and scientific skincare strategies to prevent and reverse aging and enhance your overall well-being. I'm going to check in with Dr. Welsh to see how she's using ExoMind with her patients. I'm here now with Dr. Kathleen Welsh. Dr. Welsh, it's so good to see you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, we are talking about attaining health and beauty goals, and there is a treatment that is pairing really well with some of the popular treatments that patients are already getting. So tell me, what is ExoMind?
ExoMind is transcranial magnetic stimulation. It was invented in 1985 and FDA approved for the treatment of depression in 2008. It targets the dorsolateral frontal precortex of the brain. This is the part of the brain that's responsible for emotional regulation, planning, and also self-control.
So how does the treatment actually work? What is it, and what does it do?
It produces gentle magnetic stimuli, which causes the brain cells to develop new and more effective pathways. This allows you to have more clarity of thought, self-control, and improves emotional well-being.
I feel like I already just have a calmer sense of understanding what it does. I think everyone is searching for that in their life. But you guys are a dermatologist practice. So how does this fit into your practice? Why do you offer this?
Well, we help patients look better, but it really doesn't mean anything if they don't feel better. I think we know that in this day and age, all of us are struggling with more stress, anxiety, and burnout than ever before. So we can offer something to improve how patients feel about themselves. I think that's one of the most important things we can do.
Absolutely. I think when you feel good on the inside, that really shows and shines through on the outside. So that sounds amazing. Now, who would you say is the best candidate for this? Who would benefit the most?
Well, in the community, I think that we have several groups. One is women who are going through times of hormone change. This would be perimenopausal women, menopausal women, and women in the postpartum period. Many of these women complain of brain fog, anxiety, and depression and sleeplessness, and these women would greatly benefit from this treatment. In addition, patients who are struggling with their weight. I think we know that GLPs have changed that landscape. However, most patients, when they go off their GLP drugs, regain that weight within a year. ExoMind reduces the food noise, helps patients make better choices around food, and improves self-control. We have one patient who's been yo-yo dieting her entire life. After 6 sessions with ExoMind, she reports that she's no longer binge eating and is on a healthy weight loss program.
Wow, we know how popular these GLP drugs have become. So now, if there's something that could pair with it to even make it more effective after you've come off the drug, I think that that is just incredible. I have to ask about safety. I know when it comes to your mind or any treatments that you're doing for your mind, everyone's going to have the question, well, just how safe is this? So how safe is ExoMind?
This is extraordinarily safe with many fewer side effects than drug therapy. The most common side effect would be a mild headache after the treatment. Obviously, patients who are under the care of a psychiatrist for bipolar disease or schizophrenia or any other treatment should consult their psychiatrist before beginning any treatment.
Well, Dr. Welsh, you have a patient that actually just went through a treatment, so I'm going to check in with her and see how she's feeling.
Great.
I'm here now with Angel, who just went through treatment. How are you feeling?
Really good, really relaxed.
Good. Take me through the experience. The treatment's about 25 minutes long. What were you feeling during that?
I felt the device itself sort of resting on my head and then like a tickling sensation on the scalp. It was relaxing enough that I honestly started to fall asleep, and then the treatment was over.
Yeah, incredible. I love that's easy, breezy. Take me through your journey. Why did you feel that Exomind was going to be good for you?
Yeah, I've been on weight loss medication off and on, and I've had great success with it really helping with that food obsession, like that thinking about your next meal all the time and the cravings. And when I come off some medication, those come back, and so does the weight. So Dr. Walsh had mentioned that she felt like this might be a good tool in helping me transition off those medications and quieting some of those food cravings.
Yeah, I love that it's something that paired well with a treatment that you were already doing to help you get the results that you're seeking. What would you tell to anyone else who's thinking of doing Exomind and maybe that it would be good for them?
I mean, honestly, if you struggle with yo-yo dieting your whole life or part of your life like me, I think it might be worth a shot.
Angel, thank you so much for sharing about your experience. I'm glad it was just very relaxing and easy.
Thank you.
Dr. Wells, she seemed so comfortable in there and excited to continue on with her treatments. I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about results. What can patients expect as they're going through a series of treatments?
Well, even before patients have finished their treatment series, they report that they feel better overall. They have better clarity of thought, they're able to make better choices, and better able to manage the stress of everyday life.
And I think the most important thing is this is without drugs.
That's true.
Yeah, well, thank you, Dr. Welsh. It's been so fascinating to learn more about Exomind and just how it pairs well with treatments that you already offer and how it can benefit patients just on their own as well. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Very good stuff there. If you want to learn more about Exomind and how it can benefit you, you can visit the Bay Area Cosmetic Dermatology website. That's at weloveskin.com. When we come back, a vacation across Europe with friends turns into an adventure of love with unexpected twists. We'll take a look at the trailer for The Map That Leads to You. But don't go anywhere. Live in the Bay. We'll be right back. Welcome back into Live in the Bay. I'm Jessica Wills. Still to come on the show, we're going behind the scenes at the Jelly Belly factory for a tour that's as colorful as the candy itself. Plus, Chef David Napfeld from Cape Pico is joining us. We'll learn how he's turned family dinners into a heartwarming new cookbook. But first, let's see what you all had to say about today's question of the day. We asked, are you ready for all things fall, or are you holding on to summer for just a little bit longer? I'm holding on for just a little bit longer, but I want to see what you guys have to say. Let's bring in our first viewer. This one comes from Jake from San Jose, who said, I'm totally ready for fall. Bring on the pumpkin spice, cozy sweaters, and crunchy leaves. Jake, I know a lot of people feel the same way as you. We love to embrace fall. We get a lot of cool weather. I think you have to embrace the cool weather here in the Bay Area, right? Thanks for your answer, Jake. Let's bring in our next viewer. This one comes from Sam from Palo Alto, who said, I'm conflicted. Summer vibes are too good, but I'm looking forward to those cozy fall nights. Yeah, a little bit on the fence there, Sam. You get to enjoy some hot days ahead, and fall is right around the corner for you. Let's bring in our last viewer. This one comes from Dina from San Francisco. Thanks for watching. And Dina said, honestly, I love both seasons, so I'm easing into fall while soaking up every last bit of summer. Yes, exactly. We kind of get the benefit of that here in the Bay Area, right? Warm days are still ahead, but we know that that cold is right around the corner. So thank you so much to everyone who sent in their answers. You can always hang out with us and chime in on our viewer voice. All you have to do is scan the QR code, or you can go to our social media pages as well at Instagram and Facebook at Live in the Bay TV to answer. It's our favorite part of the day to interact with all of you guys at home. So thanks for chiming in. All right, this one is a love story for you. It's called The Map That Leads You. It's a little bit love story, a little bit of adventure, and finding the right path. Let's take a look.
Why are we running? We have to go. Are we that late? Yes.
I am almost done with this itinerary.
I told you we were down for whatever. We don't need a plan. Tell me about the boy that was following us out of the train station.
I'm Jack. And you are?
Heather.
Nice to meet you, Heather.
They kissed, and she is just now telling us.
Just hoping it doesn't like turn out to be a serial killer.
Listen, I know it's been a long, long year, but I think we should go and get you out of
So you've just been traveling?
My great-grandfather kept a journal. I'm trying to go to every place that he wrote about. To just see what happens.
It kind of stresses me out.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I just like to know what's next.
I know you think it's crazy, but what would happen if you didn't catch your flight home today?
We don't even make a plan. We just go.
It's not up to us to decide which moment is perfect and which moment isn't.
I'm getting on a plane to New York, and the thought of being a continent away from you is unbearable? Or is that just me? I don't want to just never see each other.
He gave you a feeling to strive for. That's a big, big gift.
If you take the wrong path, you can miss it. And regret it all your life.
This one looks pretty cute. If you want to check it out, The Map That Leads You will be available on Amazon Prime starting on August 20th. When we come back here on Live in the Bay, ever wonder how Jelly Belly makes those iconic beans? We're taking you inside the factory for a sweet surprise, unlocking the magic of one of California's most beloved candy factories. And as we head to break, here's a live look outside. Stay with us. Live in the Bay is coming right back. If you're looking for a fun getaway for the family, we're taking you on a sweet journey to one of California's most iconic candy makers. From secret recipes to high-tech machines, here's a behind-the-scenes look at how Jelly Belly creates their famous beans and all the fun adventures that await you at the factory.
Smack dab between Sacramento and the Bay Area is the Jelly Belly Factory and Visitor Center in Fairfield. And if it's beans you want, it's beans you'll get.
We've had almost 8 million people come visit us since we first opened in 1999.
Before you fill up a bag of sweet beans or get a hot and cheesy bean-shaped pizza downstairs, you should definitely take this self-guided tour where you can stop and smell the beans. Ooh, I believe this one would be cinnamon. Play fun, interactive games. And watch how these factory workers crank out 40 million jelly beans each and every day.
We think you're going to learn a lot about how we put a lot of care and effort into making a very high-quality candy.
While most people will get to tour from above.
Okay, first things first, while at the Jelly Belly Factory, gotta put on the hairnet. And then, gotta put on the smock. Now I'm ready to go.
29-year Jelly Belly veteran Jeff Brown is spilling the beans with us on the factory floor.
So you'll see how the beans built from beginning to end and how we package it.
Cool. Unlike its gummy bear or hard candy cousins, Jelly Belly beans are made with pectin or starch, creating that distinctive chew. It's mixed with sugar, corn syrup, flavoring, and more sugar to make a slurry in the Jelly Belly kitchen. Lucky for us, we came the day these guys were concocting a truly terrible flavor.
It's bad. But this is part of that Bean Boozled line.
No!
And this is rotten egg, which is really, really, as you can smell, it's no good.
Well, thank you here. Okay.
Tastier flavors are made with artificial and natural ingredients like chocolate bars or coconut flakes, which is mixed in with the slurry and poured into the mogul machine.
The mogul will take a tray of about 12 or 1,300 beans on each tray, and it'll deposit the imprint of the center of the Jelly Belly. That hot candy will go into that imprint. It'll go into our curing room overnight. So that's the center of a lemon Jelly Belly. Oh yeah, before you put a shell on it.
Okay. Still go without the shell.
Yeah.
The shell is where that flavor really packs a good or bad punch. It's made through the engrossing process, where more sugar is added, along with special mixtures of food coloring and flavor in these rotating steel drums. Then they're polished, dried, sifted, and given Jelly Belly's iconic stamp of approval. Each bean taking 7 to 10 days to be perfected for distribution.
And this is the sea of beans, where over 500,000 pounds of jelly beans are just waiting here for everybody to taste. So many flavors, so many different combinations. It's kind of hard to know where to start.
Out of 100 flavors to choose from, there are some that stand out above the rest, like the polarizing buttered popcorn flavor.
I have some strong feelings about buttered popcorn. All right, but let's try it. It's not my favorite. So here it is, the perfect jelly bean right here. Now, occasionally, there could be some mishaps and they turn into belly flops, but both of them are pretty delicious.
There's more hidden gems within Jelly Belly, like a private wine and chocolate tasting.
That's the first time I've had wine and fudge together, and it works.
It really does.
And a brand new museum showcasing 100 years of company history, its original candy-making machines, and close ties to important historical figures.
Ronald Reagan's favorite flavor was licorice.
Around every corner, there's something sweet for everyone to discover.
And we see groups come out of school-age groups to senior citizen groups and everything in between. I just think it's a really neat experience to see how is candy made today.
Well, I've got a belly full of jelly, but I also have a mind full of great memories from this great destination in California. Peace out.
I was always so fascinated to learn the behind the scenes of big factories like that, and I loved to see them. So definitely a fun adventure for the whole family. Fairfield is about an hour drive from right here in the city. If you want to learn more about the Jelly Belly factory, head to liveinthebay.tv. After the break, Chef David Napeld from KRON4 is here. We're chatting his recipe for family mealtime success with his new cookbook, Dad, What's for Dinner? And as we head to break, here's a look at what you can catch tonight right here on KRON4. Stay with us, Live in the Bay. We'll be right back. He's the chef behind KRON4 Italian restaurants, and now he's adding author to his plate. His new cookbook, Dad, What's for Dinner, is inspired by life as a busy dad, and it's all about simple, delicious meals the whole family will love. Chef David, thank you so much for being here at Live in the Bay.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, this looks incredible, and it smells so good. I can't wait to dive into this. I want to talk a little bit about the restaurants, because you are busy. Tell me about KRON4.
Yeah, so KRON4 Divisadero is going into its 8th year. It's doing better than ever. We have KRON4 Pizzeria over at the Chase Center that we partnered with the Warriors on. That's open 7 days a week. In Menlo Park, we have KRON4 Park on Menlo, and then we have our newest restaurant there, Bubalo, which serves Jewish food from across the entire diaspora. It's open for lunch and dinner, quick service restaurant there. And then we have our brand new restaurant, which is opening at the ground floor of the Visa building in Mission Rock. It's called Via Aurelia, and that's going to be a fine dining, modern Tuscan restaurant opening in September.
Yum. That all just sounds so delicious and so much fun, so much food that you're bringing here to the Bay Area. How did you take everything that you know from the kitchen and want to put it into a book?
Yeah, well, you know, when my daughter was born, really, like, my identity went from being a chef my entire life, since I've been in this industry since I was 13 years old, to dad first. Dad was the most important role in my life. And so for me, I felt like I had a lot to say in that realm. I know a lot of people struggle with just getting dinner on the table, so I thought maybe I could help other families out. And throughout the process, process, what I really found is I was helping myself out and learning how to connect with my family, and that's really what Dad, What's for Dinner is all about. It's about figuring out ways to connect with your family, bringing people to the kitchen, giving everyone a task, and also taking some of that workload off of yourself, right? Because something I say pretty often is nobody likes a martyr, right? So always ask for the help you need.
Yeah, and you said it's all about, you know, bringing everyone back to connection. We're all busy. All parents are busy. There's so much going on with the kids' schedules, with your schedule. So this is the time to kind of bring everyone back to the kitchen to connect,
That's right?
And so what are the different meals that you will find in there?
Yeah, so you have everything there from a Jewish mother's chicken soup to meatballs, a fresh pasta on how to make, you know, fresh lasagna start to finish, to something very, very simple like a chicken cutlet, or what we call a Milanese, how to make a very simple yogurt parfait, how to make cupcakes, which my daughter calls cuppy cakes, right? For the bake sale, for the PTA or anything like that. And then, you know, things like, you know, a simple chocolate chip cookie, right? Like everybody needs those, you know, standards in their repertoire.
Yeah, those sound like things that kids are going to want to eat, right? Because you want to make sure you're dealing with those picky palates. Well, I want to jump right in. Tell me about this dish, and something else that you said the book is kind of alluding to is thinking ahead. So you're not just doing one meal every single day. You know, talk about how this dish can do that.
Yeah, so this is a baked ziti right here. It uses one of the recipes that's in the book, which is a ragu genovese. You can make a large batch of ragu genovese. You can use some for this. You can freeze some and use it later in another pasta, you know, dish, or you can just put it over polenta or mashed potatoes, right? And what I like about certain things like that is there's multiple uses. And then when you're making a baked ziti, make a big one, and that way you have some tonight, you put some in the lunch boxes for tomorrow, you have leftovers throughout the week. Also, we have a cheesy garlic bread, which is a fan favorite. Everyone loves it, right? And it's very simple. We just make a beautiful herb butter and we melt some cheese on there. And it's also a great way to use the focaccia recipe that we have in the book.
Delicious. These look incredible. And yeah, I love making a meal that's going to last me some time, because I'll let you in on a little secret. I don't like to cook, but it feels like it's a lot of energy and I make a big mess. But so I have to be strategic. So it sounds like this is all up my alley. I want to make something big that's going to last me, so then I don't have to cook every single day.
More bang for your buck. And like I say in the book, it's money in the bank. When you have food in the fridge, it's money in the bank.
Ooh, I like that. Definitely a good tip. Okay, what did you bring here? What are we going to make?
All right, so we're going to make one of my favorite salads. And here in the Bay Area, we're just getting into the summer, like you said earlier in the segment, right? So we got beautiful tomatoes, and those are going to be lasting for a while. And in the vein of asking for help, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and put these in the bowl here.
Okay, all of them?
All of them. Go ahead and throw them in there. Now, something that my father taught me is that tomatoes can never have enough salt. So go ahead and put some salt in there.
How much?
Use your fingers. Use your fingers and go salt-based out, like all the way up top. Now, I want much more than that. Do like 3 times what you just did.
Okay.
Right. So tomatoes are so much water, right? So you need a lot of salt to penetrate that. A little bit more. A little bit more. Don't be scared. Right, so now that we have that, I want you to, and the reason why we put the salt in first is because I like to penetrate the tomatoes with the salt.
Okay.
Right, and that like starts to pull out some of that delicious liquid and water that's at the bottom.
Yep.
And that's flavor, right?
Okay.
Now what I want you to do is take the croutons, throw them in there, and we're gonna start soaking that tomato juice in.
Ooh, okay.
That's right, there we go. So now that's soaking in, right?
Yep.
And then take our dressing, pour it over.
Okay,
right?
All of this
All of it, and then that's gonna start saturating our delicious croutons that have tons of flavor, all right?
Yeah.
Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our bell peppers, which is a little bit of a change from your standard panzanella salad. Adds texture, color, vitamins, flavor. We're gonna do some cucumbers in there.
Okay.
Some onions. Right?
These are all my favorite things. The cucumbers, the onions, the tomatoes. Delicious.
Yep. And then, you know, you might be thinking, hey, why didn't you get a bigger bowl? And the answer is, I don't know, and we're just gonna go with it,
We're just gonna roll with it,
So we're gonna mix it up here like this, and then once it's kind of mixed up, we're gonna pour it onto a platter.
Okay.
Right? A little bit of help, there we go. And then, here we go. And look, if a little bit falls on the table, that's the thing is, like, just go with it, right? Like when you're cooking with your family, when you're cooking with your kids, a lot of times you want to make things so perfect. Yeah. You're afraid of a mess, but look, it's unavoidable.
Yep.
Now let's get some herbs on there. I want you to be generous. We've got basil, we got mint, and we have parsley.
So just all of this here?
Go for it, my friend. There we go.
Pretty.
And the herbs are more than just green color, right? They're flavor, they're packed with nutrition, and they really add a vibrancy. And what I like about adding lots of herbs to a dish like this is you're building your child's palate.
Okay, lovely. This smells incredible. I'm going to have to taste all of this in the break. But thank you so much for joining us, Chef. And where can people get your book?
It's available online. You can get it at local bookstores like Omnivore Books or on Amazon, anywhere that books are sold.
Okay, I appreciate it. This is so amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, if you want to learn more about Chef David and get a copy of his book, we'll have a link on our website as well. Head to liveinthebay.tv. Stay right there. After the break, we'll have a look at what's coming up tomorrow on the show. But first, here's what you can catch tonight right here on KRON4. Live in the Bay is coming right back. Stay with us. Well, that does it for us today. If you missed anything, you can find it on our website at liveinthebay.tv. Thank you so much to Justine for joining us here at Live in the Bay. Be sure that you check out her new show, 15 with Justine, on our KRON4 Plus app. Thank you so much to Chef David, all of his incredible restaurants, the recipes that he has in his new book. Check it out. All right, hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll see you later. Bye.